I got another wild blade video for y'all. So just like last time, this blade looks very identical to the other one, except if you look here, this wing is really, really tall. See that? And also, just like last time, these blades, the wing, or at least the side wing, goes down at the bottom. The concept behind it is that it will chop. So originally, you'll cut with the blade here, this area. This is your lift wing right here. And then you've got a cutting lip on the front of this. So, and the top. I mean, the top of it's angled just like a knife. So, I mean, you got 3 spots that you can cut. But if you look at a normal blade, you can see the wings go up. So when you stick this in here, this is setting like this with the cutter down. And just like last time, we're gonna cut with these high lifts. Now, the only reason I'm using the high lifts is because I just use them for everything. One of the reasons is I really like the discharge and I like the stripe of a high lift. And today, I haven't cut my grass in a while. I did lime it. I got to fertilize it next. But as you can see, my yard is very patchy. I mean, I've got a ton of patches over there. We had a drought forever. And my yard is just now getting back to normal. I have cut this entire side with a high lift on 4 inches. So we're gonna do several different test cuts with this. Now these blades are marketed. Last time, a lot of you guys said there's no way that the high lift outcut that other one, or at least there were some guys that was very skeptical. So we're gonna use a totally different mower. Last time we used a Scag Cheetah. We're gonna use a Hustler X-Ride. It's got 34.5 horse and 60-inch cut. But these are not a high lift blade. I would consider this I mean, there's hardly any lip there at all, as you can see in the back. If you look at this, look how high that wing is. To me, I love a high lift blade, and I like them for anything. I'll go out in the middle of the field and cut. I'll cut, you know, my grass. I'll cut really good, you know, field, whatever. And I don't have any issues with it. But these blades are marketed towards big, thick brush and things like that. So we're going to cut that stuff also. But first, we're going to make a few cuts just so we can see the discharge of both in a normal yard. Because maybe you're wanting something that will do both, as in cut field grass and, you know, yard grass. So let's get that started. And then I'm going to show you these blades on. So I'll go ahead and cut with this and get some slow-mo video for y'all, and then come back and put these on. I'll show you how I put them on. If you haven't seen the other videos, I absolutely love this thing. Now, if you got a junky Scag mower, then you can't use these. You'll have to jack the whole front end up, but I can literally stick this up there and I'll show you. All right, so I'm gonna cut on 4 inches, and this blade, every time I've measured it, has been identical, but it's gonna be on the same mower. I'm never gonna move the peg, so it won't matter as far as where the height is or whatever. So I'll showcase that, and you can see this is with the high lift, the Ballard Hi-Rise. gonna do field grass, which is, you know, just junk grass, but these blades are more geared towards stuff like this. And then we'll go stick them in some brush and stuff. But we'll do 4 passes with this, and we can look and see how it does on 4th pass. This is with the Ballard Hi-Rise. So here's the 4 passes with the Hi-Rise. That big tall one, I've swooped around my deck, but you know, there's gonna be stuff like that if you're not really paying attention. I'm just trying to do this quick as possible, but you can see, I mean, there is little stragglers here and there, but we'll see how the other one does. As far as a smooth cut, it's smooth. This would definitely pass. And if I took a little more time, I could probably do a lot better. But as far as a field cut, there it is. We'll come and swap the blades over here in a minute and do a different cut with this. But I'm going to take you guys for a ride on this, doing a cut around my field with the Hi-Rise. We'll do the same thing with the other one. So we're just going to go around my field, around through here, and all the way around where my blackberry bushes are, just to kind of showcase how this does. These are the Ballard Hi-Rise steel. We're on 4 inches. See the little pig? That's what we've been on the whole time. I'll do the same thing with the other one. Now we're going to cut into where we cut previously. I'm still able to go pretty fast with these Hi-Rises. And let's stop and see and get a straight cut. I mean, there's no scragglers. Look at that. And I mean, I'm moving on. I know there was some people last time that was real skeptical about field grass. For some reason, they didn't feel like the Hi-Rise would do good. And I mean, you can see here, I'm moving on pretty good. And that stuff is just as smooth down through there. I mean, it eats it up. And I mean, you know, it's at least, I mean, if you're counting the top of the tip of the blades, it's at least 2.5. And the seeded part's 3 foot tall. So, I mean, it's up past my, you can see it, it's at, the top of these is up past my waist. So, I mean, like I said in the last video, Hi-Rises do everything I could do. And that's not me talking bad against any blade. For me, Hi-Rise do everything. I'm here in Kentucky. We got fescue and bluegrass, and then we've got a lot of other, you know, grasses. But, like I said, this is a totally different mower. So we're doing 2 different mowers, and we're going to take and swap the blades and see with the other one, blades now how they do. First, got to blow all this field grass off. so I don't get it in my yard. Look at all them junky seeds. Man, them things will grow in rock. If you guys use impacts a lot, both of these have been phenomenal impacts. And I'm not trying to sell you on Milwaukee. I know I've got the Ingersoll Rand version of this, and it does really good. Like, I like both of them. But one of the things I want to show you is I picked up these sockets here, and they're stubby, and so you can get them in places, like if you've got one of these, you can get them in places. Look how short the head is on there, so you can get them. I don't know if it'll get up and under the mower to take it off. This one will for sure, but I'll showcase that. But then also I picked up these, and I'll put a link in the bio, but look, they've got, so let's say you stick this on something and you can get it loose, but you can't back the nut all the way out because it's longer. Then you can take and put a wrench on the end of this and remove your impact, so you can put them on there and, you know, back it on out with a wrench itself. Both of those are really slick, but I'll show you how I get the blades off the mower on this. We'll see. I don't think I can get, I've never tried this, but I don't think I can get this up there. I just wanted to see real fast. No, see that right there? That's the stubbiest impact that Milwaukee makes that would actually take the mower blades off. So you can see here, like I showed in the last video, look how much narrower. And I don't even really have a real stubby socket on this one. You can get an even stubbier socket. I've got some that go on this that are like this here, but this will still fit up under that mower really easily. And I'll show you guys that. So here it is. You can see we'll stick this up under here. This is what I absolutely love about Hustler, Exmark, most of your brands besides Scag. So you can take and put this up under here. Let me get that up on there. Got it the wrong way. No, I had it the right way. Whatever. I guess them was seasoned on there, but as you can see, you can take your lawnmower blades off of this. And I don't even know if they make an even higher output battery to go on this. There's the Ballard Hi-Rise, as you can see. I'll show you the lip in comparison. These are probably the best lifting blade I've ever used. These have only got about, I don't know, 20 hours on them, if that. They probably got 20 to 25. They're a softer metal, so I don't want you to think I'm like saying these are some glorified super almighty blade. But if you want the best stripes in the game, these right here will produce it. I mean, they do put a lot of drag on your motor, but they produce an insanely good looking stripe. And I just, like I said, I like them for everything. But as you can see here, this blade here sets like that, and this sets like that. So your wing is what gives you lift up in the air. You can see that lift there. This, look how little that wing is. So we're going to put these on and see. But I just don't think they'll do as good as a Hi-Rise in normal grass. Just like we seen last time, the lift on them isn't as good. And like you get in Bermuda, Bermuda is this junky grass right here. Absolutely hate it. One of the reasons is super thick, it's hard to cut, and it's like a vine. So it's not like bluegrass where it's longer bladed and it'll pull itself up because it has such a fat, lip like this. This stuff right here is like afro. I mean, it just, look at that. Like, I mean, good luck getting, like I said, it takes you want all the vacuum you can get when you're cutting Bermuda if you want it to look the cleanest cut. And like I said, we're about to get into, there's Bermuda right there, right there, right there. We're going to run it through this. And so you guys are going to see how this handles it. And like I was saying, we're going to put this blade on, this big wing goes down. And so we'll see how it cuts on there once we do that with this on. So just so I can be, you understand exactly what I'm saying. If you buy these blades, they go on like that. I know it looks different, but that's how they go. So I'm gonna get them on and I'll show you how they cut. This blade that has the downward lip on it, like I said, we're gonna see how it cuts in comparison to the Ballard Hi-Rise. Cutting on 4, same thing that we had, bring it here and show them. Same peg that we had last time, 4. We're gonna see how it cuts. So between those two cuts, my grass is so patchy, I can't really tell a difference. And it even seemed to, like those blades, seem to shave, like here's the, so you can see the Bermuda there that I got into with the Ballard blades. I don't see anything sticking up. It's smooth cut, looks fine. But as I go over, there's not a lot of bluegrass and fescue in this. So looking through here, this is with the but it's a little bit more unlevel here. So I don't really think the lines are from that. I think that's more from it being unlevel. But it cuts, I mean, so far it seems to do just fine. I wish I had some thicker, really thick, lush grass to stick us in. But I do have some normal grasses on the other side. I'm gonna take you guys over and show you its cut. And then we're gonna do the field cut and see how them two look between the two. So here you're gonna see the high lift blade. I've made 2 through there. I'll make 1 more. And then I'll cut the other half with the beast blade. I'm cutting on 3 inches. back and get the other blades, put them on and see how they do. So just like the other one, we're gonna cut this side with the Beast blades, which I have on now, at well, we cut it 3 3/4 last time, so I gotta move it down. But you can see here, so same height of cut. We're gonna go through this and see. This will be like a normal yard that wasn't treated. Trying to do this one-handed. So over here's the Beast blades. Here's the Ballard Hi-Rise. It's hard to tell in the shade with you guys, so I'm gonna go up here in the flat part. But I mean, honestly, I don't see any difference in them in that. So they're actually doing pretty good, to be honest. That one with the lower wing lip on it seems to do better than the finisha with the short stubby lip that came on it. And as far as their clippings, I mean, the clippings, look. That's the clippings from the Beast. There's the clippings from the Hi-Rise. I don't really see any difference in cut. You will see a difference in stripe. You're going to get a better stripe with a Hi-Rise, and I'll see if you can tell. Well, you can't tell because of the shade, but the Hi-Rise just pulls so much harder that your stripes are a more defined look. If you look down there, and then if you look over here at the finisha, it's just lighter separation between them right there in comparison. You can see as it starts to go up. Hi-Rise, finisha. And this is not really good grass. It's the end of the year, and so we can do some more testing. So we're back at where the Ballard Hi-Rise was. Now we're gonna stick this finish, or the Beast blade with the longer lip on the bottom in this, and see how it does. See which one gives a smoother cut. So this is with the Beast blade. Don't pay attention to that little thing. I missed that from the, just like that big tall one's over there. I missed that from the thing. So looking at these two, so I can see here, you know, there's little bitty things here and there. So here's the discharge on the last two. Let's look it over here. So the discharge is definitely farther with a Hi-Rise. As you can see on your third one, there's not hardly anything at all on it. Versus over here, where the third and fourth have a lot more chafy stuff on it. Can you see that there? This is all over it right there. But as far as the cut, I mean, you're splitting hairs. I think that Beast blade actually does better than the finisha. And one thing I do notice is they do not drag the motor as hard as the Hi-Rise. The one thing I like to see is if you stick them in really lush, thick grass, and I guess we'll just have to wait till spring, really thick. But it's such a short little patch, I don't have enough to test both of them in it. So we'll have to come back in the spring and test. But I mean, looking at these two, like I said, I think the discharge is definitely better on the Hi-Rise, but that one seems to be cutting it up pretty good. You're going to get more and thicker stuff laid on top of your grass, as you can see here, because it's just not discharging as far, but it's definitely cutting it down and doing a great job of you know, whacking it smooth. I like those actually better than the finisha. Like the normal mowing blade that they have for cutting grass, they didn't seem to do too good in Bermuda. And I just cut some Bermuda and stuff with them, and they seem to do better. But like I said, your third and fourth is where you see all your discharge, and you can see it laying all over those two. Whereas over here, you don't have near as much, especially on your third down through there, but your fourth one, you can see it right through here. Hopefully you can tell that in video. Anyway, I hope that helps you guys. And like I said, none of this is to make one blade look worse than the other. I mean, each of them have their purpose, but it's, you know, like I said, there's nothing else I could do to showcase these any different. And, you know, even though that's geared towards brush and stuff, you know, a lot of people, if you're going to buy them for that, they may do better. Like if you're cutting briar patches down and stuff. But I don't know. Like I said, in this field grass, which is complete junk, they look about the same far as cut. So, you know, it's, whatever you want to say, 2 foot tall, 3 foot to the top of the seed. Hopefully it helps you guys. I'll be at GIE again this year. So if you guys got any mowers or anything you're wanting to see tested, I'll definitely be seeing some people and meeting up with some newer products and companies. So just let me know what you want to see for the future coming 2026 year so I can line them up in the spring. Look at this. I came down to my chicken coop, and my chicken tractor has caught 2 redbirds. They're scared. Look at that thing. Wow. That is one beautiful bird.